This card trick is gonna be as fair as possible, it's gonna be as random as possible, and it's gonna be completely self-working. If you can't impress your friends and family with this kind of magic, then you need to make new friends and get a new family. Side note, gotta love those Adobe stock videos, because they're interesting. But seriously, you'll love this trick. Watch. Alright, check this out because you are going to love it. And for those of you who are curious, by the way, these are the Tale of the Tempest playing cards by the Gentleman Wake. They're quite nice and shiny. So first things first, we're going to start off by first giving the deck a quick little shuffle. If the spectator wants, they can shuffle up the deck as well, depending on their level of skill. They may give the deck like a riffle shuffle. They might do like some strip cuts. If they have to have no abilities, then they're just gonna mix up the deck until they can't anymore and they're happy. As long as they square up the cards properly, I think I'm personally fine, but you do you. Once the deck has been shuffled, I want to ask the spectator to take off a small number of cards from the top of the deck. Let's just say that many, and I'll take up some cards from the top of the deck as well. Now, the spectator can take a look at the cards that they selected and randomize them in any order that they want. So if they want to move these here, they want to move these here. However they want to move these cards, they can shift them around because, again, we want to make this as random as possible. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take a look at my cards, and I'm going to shift them around to my heart's content. Let's just say this is the order that I want. This order looks good. I'm going to take that and put it right over here, and we don't really need the rest of the deck. I'm going to hand this packet over to the spectator, and I want the spectator to deal one card to me and one card to themselves until this packet has been exhausted. So let's do that now. Okay, that took a bit longer than expected, but now we're going to take my packet, throw that away, and the spectator is going to repeat this process. Let's just say one more time for now. All right, then we'll throw away my packet. Going to repeat this process until there's just one card remaining. There are two cards, and now there's one card, and of course, as a performer, I get rid of my card every time. So the spectator just has that one selection. I want the spectator to hold out their hand, take this card, look at it, and then place it into their hand. So I want to let you take a look at that card, take a look at it, remember it. Once you have that card memorized, I'll take it, leave it in the spectator's hand. Let's just, I don't have a spectator here, so I'm the spectator as well. Now, I'm going to take my actual hand as a performer. I'm going to try to get a read on your heartbeat. So as I go through, I'm going to say ace, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I felt that at 4 the most. So your card's definitely a 4. Let me go through the suits. I'm going to say spades, diamonds, clubs, hearts. That was a bit more difficult. Just think of the suit as hard as you can. Spades, diamonds, clubs, hearts. I got it. The card that you selected was the 4 of clubs. Check it out. There it is. Let's go. What up, crew? It is Magic Monday, and this is your place to learn magic, master your performance, and captivate audiences. The effect I'm sharing with you today is known as Cardiograph by Temple Patton. It's a simple card trick that literally anyone can do. Like, if you followed my performance, you can probably do it, but there's one sneaky little thing thrown in there that I'm going to show you. But really, you can learn and perform this right now. Oh, and by the way, at some point in this video, I'm going to be giving away these Bicycle Rider Back Neon Edition playing cards, so if you want to win, stick around. So before we dive right into the tutorial, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, grab your favorite deck of playing cards, and now, let's do it. Alright, yo, so here we are at the tutorial. You already know the background of this whole trick. So let's just dive right in. And like I said, this is very simple, very easy to do, and you can literally do it right now. You probably already know the sneaky trick that I did, but I'm going to confirm it for you during this tutorial. So starting off, you hand the deck over to the spectator because you kind of want to maximize the interaction that you have with them just to make them more involved throughout the whole trick. It'll lead to better reactions at the end. Let them shuffle it up as much as they want. And throughout this whole trick, I'm kind of selling the fact that it's going to be completely random. So if you want to do like a sloppy shuffle, maybe throw cards on the table like this and really mix up the order, as long as you feel like you're comfortable with them doing it, go for it, because I know there's some people who really mess with your cards and it drives me up a wall. Alright, definitely overreacted just a little bit there. It just really hits close to home. So anyway, once the deck has been shuffled up, you give it to the spectator, or the spectator already has the deck, and you tell them to take off a small packet of cards from the top. Ideally, you want it to be between 5 to 15 playing cards. That's really the sweet spot. So you ask them to take a small packet. When you take a small packet, they're just going to take, some random number of playing cards, and usually it's within that range. All right, so they take a small packet of playing cards. You're going to do the same thing, except Here, you have to count out 8 playing cards. Not 25, not like 18, 8 playing cards. So, of course, I'm sure you know how to count to 8, but there are different ways of counting to 8s, right? You can do like 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 8 playing cards that way. But the way that I find that looks the most random is if I count 4, I push out 4 cards at once with my thumb. And if this is not something you're comfortable doing, it's a great thing to practice because a lot of card tricks involve counting while making it seem kind of random. So I like to push off 4, then 1, then 3, that adds up to 8, and put those down on the table. So whatever method you want to use, as long as you end up with 8 cards, you should be all good. You have those cards, the rest of the deck is kind of useless throughout the whole trick, so you can put it on over to the side. And once your spectator has these cards, once you have these cards, tell the spectator to look at their cards and tell them to put them in any order that they want. Again, you're kind of selling this fact of randomness. So they can really switch up the order to anything they'd like. And while they're doing this, you do it to your cards as well. And what you're actually doing is you can mix it up if you want to. I just enjoy mixing up cards. It's just what I do. I would find the 2 easiest cards to remember. Okay, so find the 2 easiest cards to remember. I found the Ace of Spades and I found the King of Diamonds. And you put them in any order that you want. But the 2 cards you'll have to remember throughout this trick is that the 8th card, right, 8th card from the top, you have to remember what the card that is. That's the Ace of Spades. And the 6th card from the top, that is the King of Diamonds. So you're remembering the Ace of Spades and the King of Diamonds. Again, the 6th card and the 8th card. Once that's all done, you square it all up. Once the spectator is satisfied, you're satisfied. The spectator places their packet down on the table. You place their packet, or you place your packet right on top of theirs. At this point, if you want to give the deck a false cut, you can. I don't think it's necessary. One of the easiest ways to give the deck a false cut. It's more tougher with a smaller packet, but an easy false cut that I like to do is like to swing cut over a pack of cards, swing cut over another packet of cards, have a break between these packets, put this packet down, down, and down, and up to speed, it actually looks quite believable. So how can you win this deck? First of all, big shout out to Card Addiction for sponsoring this giveaway. Really appreciate it. Make sure you guys check him out if you can. Link in the description. All you gotta do for a chance to win is like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below what's your favorite deck to use for Card Magic. I will announce a winner within 72 hours on my community page, so keep your eyes open. And that's all I got. And you can mix up the bottom as much as you want, as long as your top, I guess the card in your 6th position and the card in the 8th position don't get mixed up, you're completely fine. All right, once all that's done, you hand this deck back to the spectator. Again, we're really maximizing interaction, so it gives the spectator a lot of control, or it feels like the spectator has a lot of control until they don't at the end. So the way that the dealing is going to start, you're going to have the spectator deal to you first. So you as a performer, you're being dealt to first, then they deal to themselves. They go back and forth with this until they are out of cards to deal. Okay, once that's done, the packet that you have as a performer, take that goes into the discard pile. If you want to use some kind of magician's choice, you can, but the fact that your card is being discarded every single time, or your packet's being discarded every single time, I don't think that makes sense to do. So that's done. Again, they pick up the packet, and they deal again to you first, and then to them until this whole packet has been exhausted. And one thing you want to note when this is complete is who has been dealt to last. So in this case, you saw that me as a performer, I was dealt to last. That tells you what card the spectator selected, or what card the spectator will select, whether that's a 6th card from the top or the 8th card from the top. If you remember, the 6th card from the top was King of Diamonds, and the 8th card from the top was Ace of Spades. All right, if you're dealt to, if the last card dealt to during the second time you're dealing is dealt to you, that means the card that the spectator will eventually end up with is the 8th card, which is the Ace of Spades. If the deal ends on the spectator with the last card, then that means the card that the spectator will end up with will be the 6th card, which is the King of Diamonds, right? And let me show you that that's actually true. So you discard this pile now. And again, always performer gets dealt to first, then the spectator, performer, spectator, and then one final time, performer, spectator, this card gets thrown away, and this card will be the Ace of Spades, the 8th card, like I mentioned. Now, of course, the trick doesn't just end like that, because that's kind of boring. I feel like there's this build-up, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, here you go, Ace of Spades, I knew it. This trick is called cardiograph. The way that it was originally taught is that either you take like some piece of aluminum foil or like colored paper and put it on top of this card. And once that paper is on top of this card, do I have anything? But the point is, you take something and put something on top of the card, and you're kind of reading it like a cardiograph, which I think measures the heart rate or something to do with the heart. So what I changed it up to, because I know not everyone has that around, is having the spectator hold out their hand and putting the card in their hand. And you literally saw what I did in the performance. Generally, you can feel people's pulse by putting your finger right here on the wrist. So I do this and I just start counting ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I generally go past the card a little bit, say, you know, ace, 2, 3, wait, hold on. I felt a spike in your heart rate. I think your card was an ace. Same thing with the suits, spade, heart, diamond, club. And then you reveal the card is ace of spades. And that's so much more impactful than just flipping the card over and being like ace of spades. But there's a nice little self-working card trick that you can do right now to blow people away. You like that ding? I like that ding. If you want to check out another card trick that you can do now, click on this video right here, and I promise you can do it right now. Thanks so much for spending your time with me. Have a great day ahead. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Deck drop.